Who you align yourself with determines a lot about how far you're going to go and where you're going to go. There's a king in the Bible. His name is King Jehoshaphat, and he is the king of Judah, one of the tribes of Israel. He aligned himself with the wrong king. He wanted to go farther. Specifically, he wanted to go to Tarshish. Now, he himself worshiped the Lord, but he hadn't actually taken down the foreign god temples that were in his land. So already there's a problem there. And oftentimes in our own lives, we worship the Lord, but we're not willing to surrender everything and tear down the Asherah poles in our own lives. The things in our life that we want to hold on to, we don't tear those down. And so then we end up doing foolish things like aligning ourselves to somebody who isn't good, who God never intended for us to align ourselves to. He wanted to be able to get to Tarshish, and so he aligned himself with this other evil king so that he could get to Tarshish, so that he could do trade and all these other things. Well, when he aligned himself with this other king, it was kind of like the last straw for God. Even though God had done many good works for him and this king in his life, a lot of great and wonderful, miraculous things had happened, and God had revealed how much he loves this king. But because this king did not tear down all the temples of foreign god worship, and then aligned himself with an evil king, God broke all the ships going to Tarshish. All the ships that would have enabled better trade and better resources coming into his country, all the ships that would have made it so that his country could prosper financially, God broke them all and made it so he couldn't go to these places. He couldn't go to Tarshish. He could no longer do this trade, because he aligned himself with something that was evil. In so many different stories in the Bible, you see where people, they worship the Lord and they trust the Lord and they give everything they have to God. And God provides ways for them to prosper financially, prosper physically. But aligning yourself with evil, when God loves you, he's going to break that. He's not going to allow it. He doesn't want that for you. In the New Testament, it talks about if a father loves his child, he will discipline his child. In the same way, if you align yourself with something that is evil, God's going to do something in your life to stop that, to wake you up, to say, hey, that's not my plan for your life. I'm getting off topic, but really the point is, don't align yourself with things that are not of God. Tear down the Asherah poles in your life. If you have something that you're unwilling to give up for the Lord, something that you're like, God, take this, but not this, surrender it to the Lord, because sometimes he takes it anyways. Wouldn't it be better if you surrendered it first?